Oof, boy. The world of luge on ice actually is, it's fascinating. It's a frustrating world because, well, first of all, we're timed to the thousandth of a second. I've seen races tied to the thousandth of a second. So when you get your mind into that world, you understand how important the abrasives are with the steel prep. But it can be frustrating for the athlete because there is the human element to it. You have to perform on the sled no matter how good it is. And so there's always that, it's the age-old question in sport, you know, is it the athlete, is it the equipment? It's a good healthy mix of both, but you have to have the equipment there performing so that when the athlete steps their game up, their full potential is brought out.
When we arrived, machining would be manually filing the runners. Very time-consuming, very tedious. Reproducibility was how you felt that day. So talking with the other younger coaches, they're the ones that were pushing for being able to reproduce a good runner and being able to make quick changes on the fly. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, what kind of tools can we bring to them? What can we offer that's going to work for them everywhere, not just in Lake Placid or in Salt Lake. You know, they have to be able to bring this with them. And my thought was, I got to give you a power tool. So by using a power belt sander with some of our abrasive products, we could do the same thing faster and better.
In addition to getting the right finish, there was inconsistency in the blades. So we used our engineers' expertise in modeling to look at a variety of different steel, look at the different composition, and so then we identified the characteristics in those steels where the athletes had the best time, and we came up with a new design with a special recipe that was unique, and we provided that recipe to U.S. Steel, and U.S. Steel now makes the runners for the athletes. They come back, and then with our products we finish them and they get assembled into a sled.
Luge is a very complicated sport. I mean, when we're going down on the track, the average watcher might think we're doing nothing. It might look like we're just laying there. But there's a lot of hard work, there's a lot of training that goes into it. We have training in the weight room to better ourselves strength-wise. We'll train in our indoor start facility to make our starts faster. And we'll even train on the track to train the actual sliding aspect of it. Other than just the physical aspect to it, luge has a very technological aspect. Our sleds have to be very fine-tuned. I'll spend almost 2 hours a day working on a sled before a race to really make sure everything is fine-tuned, just so I can get every tenth of a second out of it.
A lot of the materials I work with they differ widely in nature. So the range of abrasives from Norton really allow me to key into the specifics of what I need for each one. There are some areas like working on the steels, belt setting the steels, you don't want them to get too hot. The ceramic belts keep them nice and cool, that's a huge advantage. And just, you know, specific things like that. So it's been really interesting learning the specifics of what's needed for every particular job. And to see Norton deliver on all fronts is really, it's pretty cool. It makes my job a lot easier. This season has been a massive step for USA Luge. You know, we ended up the season with 6 medals, one of which was an Olympic one, in 2 different disciplines and also team competition. So it really, in my mind, it showed way more depth than we've seen, but really, really good depth in the program, which is what it's all about.
You know, Norton is more than just a sponsorship. We've become almost a family now. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you so much for helping us along the way. Thank you for helping me get here, and thank you for helping us get to the Olympics.
When you meet the luge athletes and you meet the members of the Luge Association, they're just great people. They're very down to earth. They're very humble. They're committed. They're dedicated, and they're passionate. And so it was very easy for our employees to make that connection. Our employees are very passionate about abrasives. Abrasives is not something that's very, you know, sexy or something of that nature, but they're just as passionate about their craft and their expertise. They were able to make that connection with these athletes, and together, you know, our expertise and their dedication and commitment, and the luge team has seen an improved results, and the culmination of the first time that we've had a singles medal in an Olympics. So it's a pretty exciting time for us and pretty gratifying.
It is with great excitement that I welcome you all to today's project kickoff ceremony, which celebrates the start of construction on Saint-Gobain and CertainTeed's new state-of-the-art, and I might add sustainable, North American corporate headquarters. This campus will be transformed with our extensive portfolio into an iconic workplace that showcases the impact our people and our products have on the work environment, and will be a shining example of a 21st century manufacturing company.
Tuesday, May 13th, 2014 is a milestone for us. A reinvigoration of our passion to put the power of CertainTeed science to use in the service of contractors and consumers across America. To build a more sustainable America that uses the new advanced technologies that will be developed right here in our Malvern Innovation Center and shared across the world to address our biggest challenges.
For my team, this has been a 10-year odyssey in working on trying to find and attract a world-class company to 20 Moores Road. The building you see behind us at one point in its life cycle was an iconic structure built for a local insurance company. As you can see, the facade has been tarnished over the last 45 years. Sustainability is the ultimate when you're able to recycle an old building, and that's exactly what we're doing here. And we have a company in Saint-Gobain and CertainTeed and the use of some of their products that will really transform this building behind us into a state-of-the-art, sustainable, LEED certified corporate headquarters that should be on the cover of many magazines for the foreseeable future.
This is a wonderful facility that has been underutilized and underappreciated for a number of years now, and we are thrilled to have you here. We think it's a great place to locate, and we're here to help through the construction process and afterwards to make sure that you feel very welcome here in East Whiteland. Merci.
I look forward to standing here with you all and more than 800 employees who will call this campus their home away from home, and cutting the ribbon together in the fall of 2015 to coincide with the celebration of the 350th anniversary of Saint-Gobain.
This project, it's called Textile House. It's an entry to the 2014 Solar Decathlon Europe, which is an awesome competition that pits 20 collegiate teams from across the world to build sustainable homes.
Textile House is a collaboration between Brown, RISD, and FHE in Germany. Essentially, this competition, the Solar Decathlon, provided a platform for all of our students to work together on a real live building project, which is something that's not really available on college campuses right now because obviously the infrastructure is insane.
We were looking at how we could redefine how someone builds a house. We're looking at new building technologies that make the building process itself more efficient, more streamlined.
So we thought, why not try and build a house out of textiles, something that's never been done before in the competition.
High performance fabrics are becoming more and more used in construction industry. And so we thought, let's just make the house out of textiles without traditional building materials like plywood, concrete.
The whole exterior fabric of the house that's going to get stretched over these frames is an architectural fabric made by Saint-Gobain.
Saint-Gobain is sponsoring Solar Decathlon because it fits perfectly with the Saint-Gobain strategy of being the reference for sustainable habitat. The sheer film membrane was chosen because of its long life and its conformability for a very unusual shape.
Sheerfill is a pretty unique exterior membrane. It's made out of woven fiberglass, dipped in Teflon. It's incredibly resilient and strong, and it's forming the exterior enclosure of our Textile House project.
Today we're preparing the structure, protecting sharp corners, laying out the plan for the installation, and most importantly to help teach the students how to install the material, because in a few weeks they're going to take this down, put it in crates and send it to Versailles.
Saint-Gobain is by far our major sponsor. They've helped us financially. They've helped us with building materials.
Saint-Gobain has been really awesome in providing mentorship for us all along. And without Saint-Gobain, we wouldn't have most of the materials that we need to get this structure up and running.
With regard to the students here, I'm amazed at how much effort they put in, how much they've learned, and how much they continue to learn. It's more than I think most students could do.
You've never really seen anything like this. We have a lot of confidence that we can make people really rethink how to build a really high efficiency house.